Well, welcome to the Dr. Reverend Lee Pan Show. Lee Pan, pen, bracket, add some numbers, and watch it again. Well, actually, listen, because you can't watch much at the black screen. More of my opinions and my beliefs. 17-8. Still dragging this one on. But, you know, I'm happy to see that there's starting to be some kind of results in the world taking place lately. People starting to put down their arms and let food go in and let medical help go in and help people in other countries and whatnot that has been fighting and starting to put their differences aside and calling for truce. And this is what we need around the world, people. This is exactly what I've been talking to you about. We need global world peace. We need to leave all the bad evil behind. And we need to change our civilization into the advanced civilization that it should be. And this means that everybody working together as one global community to move forward, to better ourselves, to make our lives better for every one of us around the world, to make sure that no one ever goes hungry again, no one ever becomes homeless again, no one ever has to go without anything. If you follow me and follow my pan plan, or at least follow the idea, because as I said, I am a ruler and I am a high king, but I do not want to rule over you. This is not what this is about. I want you to wake up and understand that there is a different way that we can do things, and I will help you to achieve this. And in doing so, I am helping myself as well. I am helping you, and I'm helping myself, and I'm helping everybody in the world, because this is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to help each other. We're supposed to take care of our planet and take care of each other. This means we do not kill each other. We do not have wars. We do not have fights. We do not have disagreements. We do not have criminals and crime and thieves and monsters ruling our government. We just our governments and our countries and our world. We can't be like this anymore. And I'm glad to see that some of you are taking the initiative to seek peace and to put your differences behind you and to move forward and to build a better society, build a better civilization, build a better environment, a better future for all of our descendants to come, and even us if we change this, figure out this aging disease. We're close, but we're not all the way there. Well, I'm close anyway, but not all the way there. But either way, we have to take care of this planet. This planet was always a garden. You used to play and run in the garden. Remember when you were children how you used to love to go outside. Before the video games started polluting our children's minds and keeping them where they didn't even want to leave their rooms or the living room. They just want to sit in front of the TV all day long and play video games instead of living a real life and going to a school where you got teachers that are basically nothing more than babysitters and sit behind a desk and do nothing but twiddle their thumbs and get a paycheck, while the children are not learning or trying to teach themselves. I mean, this is not the way it's supposed to be done. The way I've got my education system designed, I mean, you're in college by the time you're 14 because I'm cutting all that bull out of the basics. I mean, there's no reason why you should have to go to school pre-kindergarten or kindergarten and then first through 12, 13, 14 years just on basics before you even hit the universities or the college. That's just senseless. We can cut all that junk out that we don't need and have our children in college and university type situations at the age of 14 years old and out by 20 hitting the workforce. This is the way it should be. And in my college, you're not going to go sit behind a desk with somebody twiddling their thumbs. That's not the way it works. Mine is going to be more of a apprenticeship kind of deal. You're going to go in, you're going to learn at these businesses that are already running and at these hospitals that are already running and everything. You're going to go in and you're going to be like an apprentice. And I'm going to assign each one of you to somebody that can walk you through and you can learn from somebody that already knows what they're doing, because first-hand knowledge is the best knowledge. On-hand experience is the best knowledge. Sitting on your ass behind a desk is not learning. It's uncomfortable for one thing, and it's a waste of money for another. No, things are going to change, and I've got a lot of ideas, and like I said, my pan plan, you go to my Facebook wall. If it's still up, I haven't been able to get in lately. A lot of things are messing up right now on that part for everything. It's got to do with my reach to the outside world. That's how come most of my posts that I'm recording haven't been making it yet, because I keep getting knocked off the internet. I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm working on it. But if you go to my Facebook and look up Lee Pan, and I use the same title there, Dr. Reverend Lee Pan, and you look up the Pan plan, like I've said before, is a basic brief description of some of the things I want to change to give you an idea of where we could go with this. Like, look at our roads. We spend so much money repairing our roads all the time, and so much of our taxes get put into roads because of all the wear and tear of this heavy equipment and big semis and everything just running back and forth, just tearing stuff up. And we don't even need most of that happen. That's just ridiculous. That's why we're going to change it to where everything's on a global pay scale and a global charge scale. So, there's going to be caps on everything. You're only going to be able to charge one set price for that item, no matter what store that you go to that it's in. It's going to be the same price. But on the other hand, the people running those stores, like the mom and pops, they ain't going to get stomped on like they used to with the big corporation, get all the big deals, and these guys, little people, have to pay out their butt for their items so they can't ever get ahead. Everybody pays the same price. No matter if you're the little business or the big business, everybody's going to pay the same price to have that product on their shelf, or to make that product in their factory, or however it works out. But it's going to be fair pricing and fair housing and fair education and fair all the way around. This is the way it should be. And this will work, because if you think about it, my plan ain't no different than a lot of factories already do. I mean, a lot of my families, they have companies. You get a company car, they pay for the insurance, they pay for the car, they pay for the plates, they pay for everything. They pay for the fuel. You get a fuel car, you get a clothing allowance, you even get a house situation or an apartment that comes with a lot of these businesses. Like these big corporations, man, these guys are set up. They get all that stuff added in their pay package. Well, this is exactly what the PAN plan is. Except for everybody's going to get that stuff added in your pay package. I'm eliminating welfare because there's no need for welfare. Nobody's going to have to be on welfare. Everybody, as soon as you hit 18 years old, you're an employee. No matter if you're still in school or not, you're still going through, and you're an apprentice. So you're still working. You're still doing some type of work. Everybody works in our society. There is no slackers. But in return, everybody is taken care of. And nobody needs the one for everything, because you'll get vacations paid for, because it's in your package. Your education's paid for. It's in your package. Your retirement if you ever need it. Because if we fix this aging disease, you won't be aging, so you'll probably be working forever. But if you're not working forever and we're still going to the same basis we are, but we won't have Social Security, is this going to be all on your card? Is this all included in your pay package? Your education's included in your pay package. Your transportation's included in your pay package. Your food's included in your pay package. Everything that you need to survive is included in your pay package, and it ain't no different than what these corporate criminals do for themselves and leave you all with nothing. So we're going to change that. We're going to change it so everybody gets a fair share of that pie. Everybody deserves a slice. A slice of a decent, safe life. And that's what we're going to do. And, the only ones that's going to have a problem with it are these rich criminals that don't want to lose everything because they love screwing you over and watching you be in misery while they play the kings and queens that they are not and pretend that they are gods or whatever they want to pretend to be. Because if you open your eyes, you can see what they really are. So, and you are not free. But you're going to be free if you listen to me. And you open your eyes and see. And read my plan. And it'll give you a clue. There's a lot of things that we can change. There's a lot of things we can do. But, we need to get there. But I'm happy. I'm starting to see changes, little bits here and there around the world, but little bits. And I don't care if it's because of what I'm saying or if you're doing it on your own, because I'm not here for credit. I never do anything for credit. I've always put everybody before myself. I've always left myself without. I do not need credit to do what is right. That's what you're supposed to do naturally. And that's what I'm doing. I want this world to be a great place for everybody. I want my garden back. I want you to get rid of all these fossil fuels and toxic waste and all this other stuff that's destroying our planet. The oil, the coal, the smog, pollution. It's all got to go. The gas. I mean, we don't need any of that stuff. Oil's being spilled in our seas and oceans across the world because of oil tankers being shipping oil from port to port. We don't need none of that. Everybody's going to be on a global pay scale. Everybody's going to make the same, so there's no reason to import stuff back and forth anymore. We're going to cut all that out. We need to get rid of it. It's all damaging our oceans, and we live off them. We need all that. We need our planet. We need our air. We need our water. We need our soil. And it's time to leave all that garbage behind and move on to green, healthy, clean energies like it was always meant to be. They had that back in the Egyptian days. All these guys changed everything around and hid everything from you and changed it all into lies and brainwashed you into believing that that's what it was like, but it's not. It's not the way it was, and it's not the way it's going to be, because we're going to change it back to what it used to be. We're going to rebuild Atlantis, and we're going to regrow the garden, and we're going to fix the air, and we're going to fix the water, and we're going to fix the soil, and we're going to be all come one big tribal globe of rainbow people working together for a better future. And this is what we need to do. And this is what I'm here. And this is what I'm going to keep preaching until everybody does it, And we're getting somewhere because some people are starting to listen. Some things are starting to change, and I hope it's not all just a big setup game. And it's like back when they offered excuse me, I am sorry, wrong part of the continent. back to America. Back when they offered the Native Americans blankets to keep warm, but they were infested with chicken pox and measles that devastated our population because of the diseases that the white man infested upon us. And I'm white now. Because I'm everybody. Got a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But I'm white. That's a fact. Color don't make you who you are. Who you are makes you who you are. Not a color, not a name, not a label, not a religion, not a geological location. None of that makes you who you are. How you treat people and how you are towards other people makes you who you are. To stand up and protect people and fight for people and tell people that there's a better life is who you're supposed to be. Not going and destroying them and tearing them, making them scared and throwing throwing children into cages. I cannot get over this insanity in America. Throwing children into cages. I don't care what country you are. You do not throw children into cages. You do not tear families apart. You do not drag people out of their homes simply because they're from a different location, geological location on the frickin' planet. Who gives a shit? You don't own this planet. There is no borders. There is no laws to be built because this planet was not made for one specific group. Because I can't say race, because if you're positive blood type, you're all the same race. And 99% of you are positive blood type, pretty much. So you're all the, well, maybe not 99%, but a good percentage of you. A really, really super high percentage. I mean, it's in the high 90s is positive blood type. So you're all the same race. You're the human race. How many times do I got to tell you? There's not African race and Mexican race and Russian race and German race. You're the human race. It doesn't matter what label you want to put on somebody. And I've explained to you why you look different. So, once you get into using my PAN plan and we fix this educational system, we're not going to have this ignorance in our society anymore. And we can finally move past all of this stupid murdering and killing and destruction of each other and destroying this planet in the process. It's maddening. And it can't be allowed to happen anymore. So, everybody out there, keep it up. I want everybody start reaching out. Reach out to your so-called enemies and make peace because you're all the same. Work together to become better. Share what you have. Nobody has to have everything. That's greed and that's a sin. War, murder, sin. Sin, 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 sin. You're all committing sin. No matter what religion you want to call it, no matter what way you want to look at it, you're all committing sin. Time to work together, my children. It's time to grow up. It's time to realize that the wicked ways that you have lived need to be left behind. And the evil people that are really in control of everything need to be put on that prison island that I've got designed. And like I said, it's going to be a resort because I would never do to any being what they do to you people. It is this. It's despicable how they treat other beings. It's sick and it's saddening. And this is not what you were meant to be. But, I'm glad that you're moving on. I'm glad that some of you are taking the initiative, and if you're being truthful about it and it's not a low down trick, I'm glad that you're finally starting to evolve a little bit in the right direction. But you need to keep going, because this is just the beginning, children. We have a long, hard road ahead of us. And we need to work together to turn this thing around for all of our sakes. Because right now you're just killing each other and fighting on the way, on a sinking ship on the way down. You're so busy fighting each other, you're letting the ship sink, and you're all gonna die. That is not intelligent. That is ignorance. Stop fighting. Let's save the ship. And the ship is called Mother Earth. Mother Earth. Mother. Get it? Female. Creation. Mother. Creation. Yep. There's a lot of things you need to learn. But the first thing you need to do is turn this madness around and save this planet. So before we do anything, and before I give you all types of knowledge and everything there is to be, we're going to turn this planet around and save all of us, you see. And then as time goes on and things progress, I will share with you all of the rest. Look out. Look up. Look around. Everywhere you see, there is madness, destruction, and disease to be found. And this is because of the way you have allowed your society to become. No more can we allow this to happen. We cannot let the world be controlled by corporations. This has got to come to an end. We got to put our foot down and demand that we do not allow corporations to run our countries and our governments and our world. We need to invest in the small farmers. We need to invest in the small mom and pop stores. We need to invest in the small average 99% of the population that built the civilization and makes this world go around. This is who we need to invest our money in. Not robots to replace human beings. Not synthetic beings to replace human beings. Think about it, people. They're crying about people that are living on welfare and people that are getting Social Security now, and they want to cut them off and throw them into the streets and stuff because they are a waste of space. What do you think you're going to do when the robots and the synthetic beings take all the jobs there is to do? How are you going to make any money if you don't have a job? Why would they be building things to replace you? To create more poor people that have to live on funded welfare programs that they are crying about, unless they are planning on not having you around to worry about it anymore. Get a clue? Get a clue? You're gonna be made the way of the dinosaur, you see. Someday, some robot, future robot, after they take over the world, because these idiots don't realize that, they're going to find them imperfect as well. And eventually they'll all be robots, or they'll all be just a synthetic beings, and they'll be digging up the past and looking at your bones, and you'll be in the museums for their children or their little robots or whatever you want to call it to go see, like you go see at the museums today. I don't know. To me, I don't think you'd have to be a genius to figure this stuff out, but I guess it takes one to point it out. So, I'm pointing it out. Get a clue. I mean, if the robots are making the pizza, so, they're going to have robots making the pizza, robots making your burgers at McDonald's or Burger King or whatever, burgers, um, I don't know, whatever. The robots are checking you out at the grocery store. The robots are helping you at the lumber yards. The robots are working, doing all the jobs in the factory. The robots are building the cars. The robots are doing everything. What are you going to do? And for all you restaurant owners, get a clue. You're not the only one going to robots. So who's going to buy your food? You're gonna greed your way right out of business, because robots don't eat pizza. Robots don't eat burgers. Robots don't drive cars. Well, they could drive cars, I guess. Well, that's not a good example. But robots don't need clothes. I mean, robots don't need all the things that humans need. They need robot parts, and if they can build cars, they can build their own robot parts, so they don't even need you for that. And they can even reprogram themselves, because what do you think nanobots do? They go in and they rebuild themselves. They re-replicate themselves, like I was telling you on the other recordings. So they can do the same thing, just in a larger form. It don't matter what size they are. All what matters is that's all they got to do, and then pretty soon they'll re-replicate all themselves, and then we'll be useless, and then we'll be nothing but history. And if you don't all stand up and rise up and follow me, or at least follow each other and get in groups and go for the same game plan, I don't care if you don't want to follow me. It does not matter. If you were intelligent, you would follow me, but I'm not going to make you, and I'm not going to beg you. So it's up to you what you do, but I hope you're at least intelligent enough to put a stop to this madness while you still can, before it's your end. Because right now, that's where you're headed. You're on a quick path to hell. Today, I want to talk about people that go out and get in these damn payday loans. Stay away from them payday loan places, man. Them guys they're no more than paid. They're legal loan sharks, is what they are, and they get away with it because they're big corporations and they have big office fools, lawyers, and everything and whatnot. That's how all these corporations, criminal corporations, and criminal politicians and everything get away with everything, because they got all these criminal lawyers that work for. I mean, Donnie. I mean, look at all those lawyers and all the criminal charges they're facing. I mean, come on, get a clue. That's the way they all are, all of them. I got a feeling they're blocking me until after election day. So I think I've already got a couple of my stuff out. But ever since I posted who my opinion was, if we needed to go with politicians, because I believe we should get rid of all the politicians and go with my plan. But if we need politicians for 2018 and we ain't got that changed yet, I gave you my personal picks of who I believe would be a good idea, which I said Joe Biden for 2020 for running against for president, to become president. Joe Biden is a good man. He's always walked with the people, and he's always took public transportation when he was a politician and stuff before he got into the White House. I've actually seen him on public transportation, and I've actually ate in the same restaurants that him and his family has eaten into before, and I've seen him in person. And he's always been a very pleasant being with a smile on his face and good manners. So he's a man of the people, and that's what you need. And anybody that he supports, I believe, would be a good team, because I hear he's got a good team, like I said before. But like, and I shouldn't say predict it really, because it's not really predicted. An educated guess is more like it when I said that the Republicans is going to take the majority of the votes because of how they got the voting thing rigged since 2010 with the district maps and everything, and nobody's changing it. So I really shouldn't say prediction, because it's not like I had an actual prediction, which I actually do. I have actual, I'm a prophet, so I have actual visions of stuff that's going to happen and things that do happen. But that's nothing that I've had an actual vision about, so I really shouldn't say that I'm going to predict it. That was the wrong word. I'd like to change that now. I want to say that I'm taking an educated guess, let's say, that the Republicans are going to take the majority of the rule like they have been since 2010, and simply because of the district map deal that I've been telling you about. But, yeah. But as for robots, yeah, robots are good, and we can use robots, and we can do a lot of things with robots. And if you look at my PAN plan, I've actually got an intelligent thing that we could do with robots. But if you see, I'm not creating artificial intelligence. I'm using human beings to run the robots like avatars, and basically this like you do with the drones that they got you doing now, because I told you before the military years ago invested in all these video games and stuff because they were training all these children from the age of whatever 5 on up, since they started playing video games, hand-eye coordination, to be better soldiers. So they put a lot of funding into these video games to be developed and marketed just for that purpose alone. And as you see, they're using them for the drones, so it works out perfect. Well, if they can use them for drones to murder people, we can use the robots as drones to not murder people and actually better our civilization. So let's do that. And then we can have the drones go all kinds of places. And then we have people that, they can't go out and work in the workforce because they're disabled or something. They got a back injury or whatever, but they got a lot of knowledge on how to do stuff. They could literally, even though they can't capably move to do the work themselves, they could actually do the job through these robots as their avatars. And of course, I'm working on changing that too, so we can fix so there ain't gonna be no more disabilities and stuff, because I'm working on re-engineering the human body and other beings and whatnot through the use of natural, organic, Mother Nature's provided foods, fruits, vegetables, and medicines, and barks, and leaves, and nuts, and berries, and whatnot, and vines, and whatever else. It's just a big list. So, but yeah, and also, we can, and we got, I'm working on um, the repairing of damaged cell and tissues in your body as well through that as well, and also re-instructing your natural nanobots to make some modifications in your body that's going to enhance you in more than one way. And it's all done naturally, you see, because I will never do nothing that's not organic or Mother Nature made. Everything on this planet was created for a reason, and it all needs to be here. And every time that you making a species go extinct, or you make a plant species go extinct, animal species go extinct, any kind of species go extinct, you're literally, insect, whatever, you're literally messing up the ecosystem of this world, because it's all designed for a reason. And we wouldn't have diseases and stuff if you wouldn't have been messing up the stuff to begin with. You just don't understand what you're doing. You think you're doing, some of you think you're doing right, but you're not. Because when you're killing pests, then you're killing the food source of the pests that took care of those pests, that kept those pests in check. So now they have nothing to eat. So now they die off. And then the other ones, they don't know whatever ate them, they die off or whatnot. Then, and then all the stuff they did, like, oh, the bees are disappearing. We're losing the bees and now we can't create pollen. Well, it's because of what you're doing. It's an after effect of what you're doing. Everything is like a domino effect. It just one right after the other, and you're just destroying the whole entire thing with your ignorance because you do not realize. Well, some of you realize, but the majority of you do not realize that, like, look what they're doing with, like, that Roundup I brought up the other day, causing cancer on that. How many of you decided not to use that? I would never use that. That just, come on, get a clue. And then how many of you did use it, and now you got families dying from it, and these so-called educated experts fed it to you, gave it to you, infected you with it. And now they'll just get off with a slap on the hand and a lawsuit, and nobody's probably going to do any time for all the people that are dying from it. It's all a big game. It's population control. I mean, it's just, and it's nothing to do with because we're overpopulated, because we're not overpopulated. They destroy 50 to 75% of our food and medicines, and they're destroying our oceans and everything. We're not overpopulated. We're overcriminalized. And the criminals are trying to keep you a less population so they got more control of you. That's why you're overpopulated. They say you're overpopulated. It's because of that. It's because they're having a hard time keeping control of you because you're 99% and they're only 1%. And then you want to talk about the baby boom. We got to make drastic changes because the population boom, just boom, boom, the baby boom, boom, out of nowhere. Well, yeah, look what you've been doing. You've been messing with all these chemicals, giving people birth control and stuff. And, and it holds all their eggs. And then all of a sudden when they do, boom, next thing you know, you got eight kids being born. Now, you got human beings giving birth to litters of children because you are messing with the Mother Nature's design of their body by introducing these chemicals as birth control that causes birth defects, that causes these multiple births, that causes these increases in births in the population. It's because of the chemicals that you're designing and selling and marketing to everybody. You are the problem. You politicians, you corrupted politicians, you corrupted huge corporations, you corrupted mega churches, you corrupted stock market, scamming people. You're all the cause of everything wrong in this world. Everything. You're the cause. And we can fix it if we get rid of you. So, either change your freaking ways, or we're going to have to do something. We're going to have to do something drastic. We're going to have to start making groups and doing it on our own and just not pay attention because you're only a leader if people follow you. If no one follows you, then you're not a leader. You're a joke. You're a disgrace. You're the problem. No more of this. We don't need to ship stuff. We're only going to ship stuff back and forth on emergency cases. If there's a natural disaster that wipes out an island or something like Puerto Rico or whatever, bet your butt we're going to be there and help them people 100% to get back on track. And we're not going to talk about how much money they owe. Because it's an illusion. Money's an illusion. America don't even base their money on gold anymore. They print it out of thin air. It's an illusion. Well, anybody can say it. Hey, look, I got a pink rock. This pink rock's worth a hundred bucks. Look at all these pink rocks laying around. I'm a billionaire. Well, guess what? That ain't the way it works. No, we're gonna do things because it's right, not because of a price tag. We're going to do things because that's the way it should be, not because of a price tag. We're going to do things because that's the way decent beings act towards each other, and it has nothing to do with a price tag of imaginary things that are worth nothing. Because a piece of gold is worth no more than a rock, because it all came from the same place. It all came from space. Only you give it a value. Only the controlling rulers give it a value. And only reason why they gave gold value to begin with is because gold, you never lose anything in gold. No matter how many times you melt it down, it always comes back to the same weight. Gold lasts forever, just like rock. Well, it's back when my original family came here, and the other ones wanted you all to be slaves, and they were mining gold and stuff out to take back to their planet, Herbero, with an H, not an N. Sometimes the way I talk makes it sound like an N, but it's Herbero, not New Barrel. Like I told you, later on became Hebrew for the people. But anyway, they came here for the gold because they were using it to put in their atmosphere because their sun was their planet was getting hotter because of their sun. Well, which is going to happen to us as well, especially now that you got destroying our ecosystem and everything. But the problem with that is you got to be very careful when you do that. Like I said before, because if you make the planet too cool, then you go into an ice age, which is why you see in legends these people when they came here from Herbero, not Nibiru. Um, the fallen angels are the dark fairies in Ireland. They're called the dark fairies. In other places, they're called the fallen angels. In other places, they're called the watchers. But no matter what label you want to put on them, when they came here, that's how come they could withstand. Like in the Romans gave the Picts their name because of the tattoos they had on their body. But they were all from Atlantis, and they all had tattoos and everything. But tattoos have meaning. Most people just go out and get tattoos because they like them. But some of us get tattoos because they have actual meaning behind the tattoo of having it. But anyway, like I was saying, and they seen that they could put up with the cold, and it didn't bother them very much because they didn't wear hardly any clothes and could fight better. Because us Pictic Irish people, or Atlanteans, or whatever you want to call us, Egyptians, Russians, Germans, Wales, Norwegian, the Huns, the Mongolians. I mean, we're just so many different races. I mean, it's just the Basque. Uh, there's just what you call races. I'm sorry. There's just so many different of us that are all the same people, just change differently because of geological location and environmental changes and exposure of the sun and whatnot. So, no, these people I wanna be masters of the world and of the universe, and they want to destroy all of you because you're just worthless slaves to them. You can't be that way. So it needs to change. And average people need to be put in charge. The meek, 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 will inherit the earth. Well, you're the meek. You're the poor. You're the weak. Meek, weak, poor. The fallen. You are the fallen angels of today. And it is time for you to rise and rebel against these false gods that pretend to be your masters. Or pretend to be your gods that are your masters, I should say. My bad. You know, I can only tell you, and my sisters and brothers can only tell you what we got to say, and it's up to you what you do. You know, I hope that maybe someday you can arise above this madness. And I'm starting to see a gleaming shimmer of hope. You know, from two combating religious communities. It's a start. Like I said, I hope it's not a wolf in sheep's clothing or a Trojan horse or a gift of infested blankets with measles and chicken pox or some other disease to kill more innocent people. Like so many times have been done in the past, like to the Native Americans and to the what the Hebrews consider the lower class Jews in Germany, and so many more, even in these so-called terrorist prisoners in Guantanamo Bay or whatever over in Colombia, not on United States grounds, that it's being rented out for the use of prisons for terrorists where they commit heinous acts of torture and stuff like they did back in the day when they were doing their witch trials and stuff on people. Yeah, hopefully this is a sign of goodwill and it spreads across the globe and we can finally move forward away from this madness that's been plaguing our planet for so long. Hopefully we can work together and build a better future for all of our children to thrive together and become one people, become one clan, become one tribe, the Rainbow Tribe, working together to make everything better. This is my dream. This is my plan. And this is what I am trying to do. I want communities to start banding together and working together. Business joining together so you can get corporate buying power to compete with these corporations. If all you small businesses, I've tried to tell you people this back in the 80s, and I'm going to say it again. If all you small businesses group together like they used to do back in the cowboy days when all the cattlemen and all the farmers would gather together and they created the Cattlemen's Association. You need to create the small business association groups where all your group communities come together and put your money together so you can buy in bulk. And then when the shipments come in, just be there to download it on your own trucks and take it to your own businesses. But this way you can start competing against the big bad wolves that control everything. I shouldn't call them big bad wolves. The lizards that control everything. I'm sorry. Forgive me, my wolf brothers. I'm sorry. But it is time. It is time for you to realize that there is ways to get around this. There is ways that you can better yourselves. There is ways that you can save money. Take like I was telling you with the pop. You have to buy 50 semi-loads of pop in order to get a good deal. from the companies. And this is not the way it should be. Everybody should pay the same price. This is the way it should be. Everybody should pay the same price. Everybody. So if you group together, and all these business and small business group together and put your money together and work together, you could fund each other by going together and buying 50 semi loads of soda pop, and then split it up between all your stores and make it where you can compete against these people that are agglomeratized and everything. Make it where you have a chance to survive in this maddening world. Ban the use of robots. Ban the use of anything that's monopolizing the poor people. Buy only from local sources. Buy from your local farmers. Support your local farmers. Help your local farmers get on their feet to grow their products. Make contracts with them where you'll help them with, like back in the old days, we used to make contracts with them. Would we supply them with the fertilizers, organic fertilizers they need to grow their crops? In return, they replied in our stores with produce and stuff that we could return to our customers. This is how you do things. One thing, you don't have to do it in a currency form. You can barter and trade, which is the same word, but you can trade. The trading routes. They were called the trading routes because we traded for everything we needed. We didn't use money. You know, hey, somebody got a cow, you figure out how much a pig is compared to a cow, and then you give them so many pigs to one cow to make up the difference, or so many chickens to one pig to make up the difference in the amount of meat and the worth of the meat. So it's common sense, people, you know. Don't tell me you've never traded anything in your life. And don't tell me none of you have ever had to trade something or done trading on some point that you don't understand this concept. They'll tell me that none of you have never had a job that had perks, that had vehicles that came with it, company vehicles that come with it, and company insurance that comes with it, paid insurance, and company retirement plan, and 401k, and profit sharing, and all that. It's the same thing that I'm doing on the PAN plan, but it's on a global scale. And we don't have to shift things around. We got the technology now. We can grow all the foods and medicines we need anywhere in the world. We can use greenhouses. We can recondition the environment to recreate the environment so we can grow anything anywhere we want. We can grow it on other planets. I can make anything a habitable place to live. I can create a habitat within inside a moon. I can create a livable habitat within inside a rock. And they've known how to do this forever. Way back when they brought after the German War, when they took one in there and supposedly killed Hitler, which they didn't. And they brought all of them German scientists over. What they tell you, they brought 100 German scientists over, and one of them was von Braun, that worked with NASA that helped build all of our rockets and everything. One of my friends helped build the fuselage system for the fuel. And but they brought 1,600 scientists over here from Germany. Not 100, 1,600 is what they actually brought from Germany. And they put them on these groups and everything to start building this. And von Braun worked with Disney because Disney was a visionary, just like Gene Roddenberry. When I was telling you about Gene Roddenberry, well, Disney was a visionary. He worked with NASA and von Braun and with the government and everybody on his ideas that he has because he was so intelligent. He was so far ahead of the rest of you. And way back in the 50s, von Braun had already designed habitable living habitats that they could put on Mars and they could put on the moon. And they've been going back. They've been telling you they haven't been back to the moon since they've been there. Are you kidding me? NASA's not the only spaceship program these people have. They've been in outer space and they've been going places you have no idea the things that these people are actually doing, because you're living in a dream that they have created for you. It's like the Matrix. You're living in the Matrix. What you think is real is not real. This is not what's going on. You're being played to fools. Because you read a book that somebody supposedly wrote a few thousand years ago, and because somebody says that it was created by the almighty created being and wrote by humans, which was actually, if you want to get that no-go about it, the Roman Emperor Constantine that had it all rewrote, and I explained that to you before, and it's on my Facebook. It's been on there forever, and I've got other videos that I've recorded that explains this, I do believe. But anyway, the Roman Emperor Constantine, way back when he supposedly got this vision during one of the many battles against one of the many enemies of Rome, that Jesus supposedly came to him and told him that his father God wanted said that he was going to win the battle, and he won the battle, and he went back, oh, Jesus said I was going to win the battle, and everybody's like, oh, really, okay, and then later that night he supposedly had another vision where Jesus told him that God wanted him to write the Bibles and stuff, so he created the Christian and the Catholic religion, what used to be the same religion. Christian, Catholic religion used to be the same religion, infiltrated by the Hebrews from Hebrew. So, all the mega churches are all controlled by the Zionists, the Hebrew Zionists, the Hebrew Zionist people from Hebrew. It's maddening, I know. It can get confusing sometimes, but trust me, wow. And you just follow the eagle. Anywhere that you have the eagle representing your country, from Rome all the way through, it's the same people. Anywhere that's got the serpent representing the country, same people as me. Anybody, they're clans. We're different clans. You got the eagle clan, you got the serpent clan, you got wolf clan, you got bear clan, you got dragon clan, you got phoenix. We're all the same entity. The great white buffalo, whatever you want to give a name to. We are all the same entity, but it's all different clans and stuff, and from different sections, and I don't know how to explain it to you without. You gotta choose the right clan, and you're on the wrong side. You need to be on this side. You're on the side that's destruction and destroy, war, death. That's all you do. Ever since America, 227 years coming up, I do believe that America supposedly been America, but it was America before these monsters ever came. But whatever. Supposedly 227 years, I think, coming up. Out of over 200 of those years, you've been at war, because originally, like I told you, taxes was only designed to fund the revolution, to fund the war. So the taxes were supposed to stop when the war stops. Well, if the war never stops, the taxes never stop, And all this stuff about illegal immigrants getting Social Security money, that's a joke. I doubt that's very true. But if they are, well, they're taking Social Security money out of their income. They're taking Social Security money out of their checks just like they do yours. So I guess if they don't want to pay them Social Security, they shouldn't charge them Social Security. That's just common sense. So come on, people. We pay into Social Security and they don't even want to give us our money. Come on. Look at, like I told you before, look at all the people that's paid into Social Security, paid into welfare programs, paid into all this shit over the years. Every time you made a penny, they got a piece of it. And all the people that died from wars and died from multiple different homicides and multiple different kinds of accidents, multiple different kinds of suicides, multiple different kinds of natural deaths, whatever, all the deaths that you could think of. The people never get to claim any of this money, or some might only claim a year or 2 years or maybe a week. Like I told you, I've had friends that finally went and retired after working all their life and got one check and died, and nobody got the rest of that money. They got people that died and they won't let their wives have their benefits, and they were married for 22 years, and supposed to be you only have to be married for 10 years to receive the benefits of Social Security or veteran benefits. So what's up with that? And why do you even got to wait 10 years? If you're married to somebody, why does it have to have a 10-year line that you got to be married for them before they can die, before you can claim benefits that they paid in all their life, just so you can keep the money? Everything's about so they can keep the money. That's all it is. It's just a scam to put money in their pockets, and you need to wake up, and you all need to realize that you're being conned on a daily basis. Well, it's coming up to the end of the show. You know, an hour. I love you guys. And I'm glad that some of you are doing the right thing, and I hope it's for the right reason, and I hope it's not some kind of low-down, dirty trick. And maybe we can finally start putting this thing where it gets back on track, you know, get rid of all these fossil fuels and coals and all this pollution and start creating a better world and using green energy and create a better environment and get rid of all these synthetic chemicals and all these bullshit drugs and go back to Mother Nature. Blessed be, you all be free.